بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Since September 2019, the Islamic Education Trust Human Welfare Department has positively touched over 6,500 lives through its intervention program, the food aid program, the financial aid program, Qurbani meat distribution during Eid al-Adha, Widows Empowerment Program, the Orphan Care Program, and the Tree Planting Program. For this good work to continue and be sustained, we need your continuous support. Jazakumullahu khairan as we look forward to your generous donation. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu. I'm a Director for Research and Training at the Da'wah Institute of Nigeria Islamic Education Trust and a Director of Lotus Capital Halal Investments. In this episode, we shall continue on the theme of financial literacy, certain concepts that would help us take advantage of opportunities for improving our financial situation and that of our communities, while at the same time solving problems fi sabilillah. In the last episode, we touched briefly on three stories. One, we looked at the king who was one-eyed and one-legged and how the artist drew him in such a way that he looked really handsome. The artist took advantage of what others were afraid of, but got creative and solved a problem and solved his problems also. We looked at perspectives from the mountain. The young man who was walking down the mountain, and at every level, from the top of the mountain, middle of the mountain, the bottom of the mountain, he could see different things, he could hear different sounds. And the young man appreciated their different perspectives from different angles and the need to get curious, the need to learn from other people's perspectives and recognize that whatever perspective you have of a situation, that is just one out of probably many other perspectives that would give you a whole picture or a better picture of your situation, good or bad. The third story we looked at was the young man who went to hear the sound of the forest, who listened carefully until he could hear the unheard. He could hear the voice of the voiceless. And there we learned the need to really try to understand society better, to study hard, to try and see how to best meet needs. But as we said, when challenges face a community, extraordinary challenges, it becomes survival of the fittest and survival of the most fitting. In other words, the fittest who are able to adapt, who are able to make their strengths play and become an advantage will survive. Those who are able to fit into the new contexts would take advantage of opportunities that others who refuse to change take. They would take advantage of situations, and before you know it, it's a different game. It's not even new players. For this, it is critical that as we get into periods of COVID-19, lockdown periods, and all these new challenges, that we should be solution focused. We should get more creative. We should be ready to make excellent mistakes, to try new things and make spectacular failures. Because if we fear to fail, and because of fear of failure, we fail to even try, then we have automatically failed. So if for fear of failing, you fail to even try to solve your problems, that's automatic failure. When we look at the situations, let us look at what other countries are doing. We may have lessons to learn from other places. Let us, as we said, be solution focused. We have a lot of problems, but don't join complainers who only focus on the problem. Ask yourself and search, where is there a solution? Even if you don't get a solution, the Prophet ﷺ said in the context of a scholar, that when a scholar or a hakim or a mujtahid tries to solve a problem that is disturbing people, if he is right in his prescription, he gets 2 rewards. If he is wrong, he gets 1 reward. Why? At least he tried. And if you try to solve the problems of society, any problem you find that you can solve, if you really do it fi sabilillah, you want to solve, even if you make profit at it, but you are solving a problem, inshallah, actions are judged by their intentions. You get a reward for that intention, even if the action doesn't produce success. But at least it encourages you, get reward of even trying. And when it comes to trying, do it right, do it wrong, just do it. Be action oriented. Don't overthink. If you want to look for all the reasons why something will not work, you will find them. Pragmatic people, people who take action, are those who succeed. So whether you do it right or you do it wrong, just be interested in doing it better and better. You will fail, but that is the path to success. The path to success is made of steps of many failures that other people start and give up. And that's why challenges become a filter. Those who don't have the sabr, those who are not ready to do the jihad and striving to solve the problems of community, get pushed aside. Those who are ready to solve are those who stay and make it. During lockdown periods, during curfew contexts, COVID-19 situations, it's important for us to try and listen to the new sounds of the forest, the new demands that society wants, the new skills that are needed now and most likely in the future, because we will probably not go to the past and find it the way it was BC, before COVID. We need to observe well, listen carefully. What new opportunities are coming up elsewhere and what comes up around us? It is said, the early bird gets the first worm. It is the bird that wakes up early in the morning, goes looking for food, that is able to find most of the worms that were coming out at night and that didn't go back into their holes. The same thing. Be an action-oriented thinker, or what some would call an action thinker. Don't be carried away too much with just the theorizing. Start something. Do it right, do it wrong, just do it. But the question is, where do you start? Because some would like to complain that, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. That if only I was in Lagos, if only I was in Kano, if only I was in the UK, if only I was in China, if only I was somewhere else, I would have better opportunities. But guess what? You have Chinese wishing to come to Nigeria to do business. You have people in other countries wanting to come to your country because they see opportunities that you don't see. It's your country. You, however, are seeing opportunities in their countries that sometimes they don't see. So before you start moving out of your environment where you have connections, you already know the language, you know who is who, stop and look carefully. Are there opportunities here that you are taking for granted? I'd like to share with you a story called Acres of Diamonds. You can find this story online. Beautiful story. I'll just give you the gist of the story. There was a man called Ali Hafiz. He was a farmer. He had a big farm. Everything was fine. One day he was visited by one old man, well known in the village, very wise gentleman, a scholar, who came and saw him, greeted him, and in their discussion, the old man was asking Ali Hafiz, how is life? Alhamdulillah, everything is fine. There's money, there's farm, there's land, everything. Because Ali Hafiz had a big piece of land. He had a stream going through his farmland. He had trees for firewood. He had fruit trees, crops, animals, everything you could ask for. The old man asked him, have you ever seen a diamond before? He said, no, not really. So the old man put his hand in his pocket, opened a little pouch, took out one thing that was shining like a star. Ali Hafiz looked, held it, could not believe how beautiful this was. Ali Hafiz asked him, and how much was it? And the man said, this diamond could buy your whole house. Wow! It's very valuable. He said, yes. My father gave it to me, and it was given to my dad, the old man said, by a friend of his who had become a king. Ali Hafiz asked him, do they get bigger? The old man said, oh yes. If you get a diamond that is as big as the size of a pigeon's egg, the egg of a pigeon, he said, that type of diamond will buy your whole farm and house and everything you own, and more. If you get one that is the size of a guinea fowl's egg, the emperor is ready to make you the head of this. You will be so rich you won't believe it. And if you can get the diamond that is the size of a chicken's egg, you are the wealthiest man. Ali Hafiz could not sleep that night. The next day, he told his wife, I'm going to go looking for diamonds. Diamonds? Said yes. What are diamonds? Don't worry. By the time I get one, you will see. Ali Hafiz traveled far. He was told the place where you can get diamonds is like 3 weeks travel. He packed everything, went. After 3 weeks, he arrived. He searched. Unfortunately, he wasn't very lucky. He came back, sold some more cows, got enough money, went again for searching. Searched. He was told, you want diamonds, you have to go further. He went further, traveled for 6 months, made some money, found some diamonds, not too valuable. Got robbed here, finally he came back. He decided he was going to go and do his biggest search for diamonds. He sold all his land, and his wife was begging him, Allah, don't leave us without land. He said, okay. So he bought a house for them in town, another house, the rent from this house, and this house will take care of your needs. He sold his farmland, went to look for diamonds. After 1 year of searching, he didn't find. He got sick and he died before he was able to come back home. Some months later, a herdsman, a shepherd, who was minding sheep, who had bought some land that belonged to Ali Hafiz, was taking his sheep around to drink water. And as the sheep were drinking water in the late afternoon, this shepherd saw a very strange looking stone by the stream. This is on the former land that belonged to Ali Hafiz. He looked at that stone and it looked very strange. So he decided to go and ask somebody in town whether this has any value or not. He went to that old man who introduced Ali Hafiz to a diamond. The old man looked and said, what? This is a diamond. This is as valuable. In fact, where did you get it from? He said, the land I bought from Ali Hafiz, I was giving my sheep some water to drink and I looked at it and I saw it there. He said, let's go and see. They went. And the shepherd said, this is where I found it. And the old man looked down and said, Subhanallah, look at another one. And the shepherd said, yeah, look at another one too. And another one, and another one, and another one. This one is big as guinea fowl egg. This one is big as chicken's egg. This one is also big as a chicken's egg. This one is big as... The old man just stopped and said, oh, ikon Allah, mashallah. Ali Hafiz went looking for diamonds, died in search of diamonds, and didn't know he was living on acres of diamonds. Ali Hafiz's land was full of diamonds. When we come back from the break, I would like us to look at lessons to learn when we start believing that diamonds are elsewhere without first looking in our own backyard. Assalamu alaikum.